Hello. I'm going to go ahead and do a second video today. Um, I'm going to, I guess, go ahead and have like a three-part series for holidays. I see a lot of things happening during the holidays um, that really bother me. I guess since I've made some changes in my life, but I hear a lot of different stories, a lot of different point of views for what people do during the holidays. Um, some of it's good, but most of it's bad. And I think people just get kind of focused on the wrong thing. For example, I was reading on Facebook. I'm in a group with some wives that kind of talk about what they're going through in their life, and I remember this. Um, Sadly, it's not the first time, but um, there was a woman I was reading today, and she was talking about how she went to she was visiting her family for Christmas, and her husband really didn't want to go, but she just wanted to see her family. I think that's kind of uh, the thing people tend to do over the holidays, and um, and she talked about how when she got over to the family's home, her husband was so miserable he sat in the car the whole time, and she was complaining, that about the husband, I can't believe he would do this, and he couldn't even come in and talk to my parents or whatever, stuff like that. But um but I I understand that point of view. I do. um I think we all hope that, like, if we go somewhere, um that our spouse will behave a little bit better. But I just wanted to encourage people to try to think in a bigger picture. It's not so much. Well, I'm not saying that a person should behave that way. That woman's husband should behave that way. But um, I just want to. If I could talk to her, I would urge her to think about, should she be really seeing her parents. You know, I think this is probably a more of a conversation for a marriage, but, like, I think we tend to not understand where our spouse is coming from, um, when it comes to our family, because, like, if you really think about it, we've grown up with our family, and we kind of are more accepting of what they do, um, to us. For example, I was about 30 when I got married, and I had 30 years of being with my family, and I just kind of accepted the way that things were. But I remember when I brought my husband into it, when we would visit my family and and uh, like, see him over the holidays and stuff. I remember it was quite difficult for him, and basically, the reason it's so difficult is because this person has not had 30 years with your family, and I mean, I don't know why this is the case, but family can tend to be um, a lot harder on somebody coming in. Not meaning to be hard on them, but um, they kind of just end up getting most of um, the harshness. Um, I guess that's the best way to say it. They end up being the one that gets the the hits of, like, um, sorry, it's hard to describe. Like, because the parents are used to the child, they'll start doing things to the spouse because they're new, and they think that they're helping, but they're actually causing more pain. And so it can be hard for the spouse coming in to adjust to the way that the family is treating them. So it's really more about like, um, what do you want to put up with your family? Now, for many years I went and visited my parents before I was married. Uh, I kind of had just adjusted to the way that Christmas was. I can't say that I really liked anything about it though. It was just kind of, um, I guess, felt like it was just part of something you do in the world and stuff like that. But I remember when my husband started coming to the Christmas things that we would do, and like I said, seeing my family, I noticed a lot of things that I wasn't really okay with, more so on his end. Um, well, without going into too much detail, um, my mother just became sort of really flirtatious with him, and it just really bothered me, which is not something that would happen if I came along. You know what I mean? So the dynamics really changed quite a bit at Christmas time, and I got to where I didn't want to deal with it anymore. Not to mention, in these stories that I hear with people talking about how their husband will sit in the car, or they just can't believe their husband acted this way. Um, a lot of times I will hear how the mother had something rude to say about the husband. The there's usually some negative that's coming from the parents towards the spouse, but we tend to not look at our parents as the problem. So it's just, well, why is my spouse acting that way? Um, but I remember my husband telling me that it seemed kind of odd what my mom was doing, and I recognized it right away, and I just didn't like it. So I had to stop seeing my family at Christmas time, because of the stuff like that. And there was a lot more things going on, but I just I just really hate to see people get so stuck on the fact that they they need to see family at Christmas time. And don't get me wrong, I've seen some people talk about how they see their family at Christmas time, and they're happy about it. But this is more like people that aren't married. I tend to see more people single that have no problem with visiting family and stuff like that, which is fine. But you know, I just think, if you're married, it may start to look a little different. Um, there probably are situations that are okay, but I tend to see so much stress and unhappiness, and even if somehow, there's nobody saying, "Well, I can't believe your husband did this or your wife did this." Like I can't, like even if that's not going on, um, if you're trying to go over to a family member's um, holiday event, it can be stress of like something me and my husband experienced was, when are you gonna have a baby? That was really stressful, and I think that bothered us quite a bit. Um, we had a lot of trouble with food. That was another one. If you're hosting, that can be a lot of stress. So I don't know. I worry so much about what people go through during the holidays that they don't have to go through, but they think they do. I don't know why the world feels like it's just a requirement to see your family during the holidays. There's a lot of pressure behind it, and it feels like you just have to. And everybody always has some event, some party. But all I could say is me and my husband haven't been going to holiday events, and we've felt a lot better. Just because there's always some stress that happens when you're there, and I think sometimes it can be worse with family because they feel like they know you and they can just do stuff to you, not not meaning not purposeful, but they just do, and that's how family is. So um, anyway, I try to just give some advice during the holidays because I hear so many bad stories and it's so hurtful. People don't have to do things that way. Now I know saying not, I mean, there's a lot of pain that can be caused by saying I'm not going to see my family at Christmas, but it can actually be harder on you to see your family. So um, just throwing that out there. Maybe try to think about, is it worth seeing my family or not? Is it worth putting my marriage through this? That kind of thing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.